We could do a...
So who's clapping or what?
I'm clapping. Right,
Yep.
okay, we're going. Are you ready?
Is my camera recording? Yeah. Nice.
We're ready?
Bro. Nice.
Oh,
Clap those
Yes.
cheeks.
How's
Let's
it
go.
How's it
Let's
going?
go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh shit, it's all on pig tongue.
What have you done? Oh my days. How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast. And I'm just going to warn you right now, if you hear a little bit of what's called echo, sorry, we had to move to a different room, some scheduling issues, but here
Ross fucks up again. Can't rely on him for
we're
now.
back and we're ready to rock and roll with another solo episode, so welcome. But before we get into it, let's roll the intro.
Here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack. Welcome back, talking shit and drinking wine, like and subscribe. Here's the crack.
We're in this room. It's actually quite a really nice room if it didn't have such an echo.
Yeah.
But here,
Good space. Like, it'd probably be better suited to us if we had a room this size.
yeah. Tommy, step up your game.
Plenty of room to
You're
swing your
talking
cat.
about the room that no one can see, and you're asking me to step up my game. Look.
Yeah,
Sort of.
step up
Please.
the game.
Stop.
But,
Let's just get on with the podcast.
yes,
Ross
we'll
going around
Love
in
this wee
circles.
photo behind us too.
We'll start the episode.
There's Ireland.
There's the Cathedral Normand.
That's Ireland. I don't know what that is though. That's just a weird one.
There's photos up for those who are listening. There's photos up behind us of
There's
Ireland.
Ireland and the north of Ireland.
There's
Oh.
the Cathedral Normand.
Divisive
Cancel me.
podcast. But yes, we'll start the episode how we always do, with a little Tommy's question time.
Let's
Roll the
go.
intro for that.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the greatest show on earth.
It's Tommy's question time.
Yeah. Right. So this week, my question is, what is the weirdest news story you've heard this week?
Oh.
I'm a bit worried because Shay hasn't got his phone out. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no. Well, let's start off. What's the strangest news story you've heard this week, Thomas?
Right. So some people might have seen the whole Madeleine McCann debacle.
Oh yes.
Things. It is a weird one. So basically, this girl, Julie Wandelt, 21, from Germany, has gone viral after claiming to be Madeleine, who vanished on a family holiday in Portugal in May 2007.
Yes, I remember.
So basically, she's claiming to be Madeleine McCann. She's saying that she doesn't remember large parts of her childhood, but she was abused by a German paedophile who was once a...
You can't laugh at
Oh
that.
my god. Who was once a suspect in the case. So basically her families came out and they're like proper in shock. So they've came out and said,
We birthed this
for
one.
us as a family, it's obvious that Julia is our daughter, granddaughter, sister, niece, cousin and stepniece. Julia also has photos because she took them from the family phone with the birth certificate, as well as numerous hospital discharges. We always tried to understand all situations that happen with Julia, numerous therapies, medicines, psychologists and psychiatrists.
I think she's multiple personality disorder.
I don't know. It goes on here. She goes, threats to her address from Julia, her lies and manipulations, activity on the internet. We've seen it all and we've tried to prevent it, to explain we've asked her to stop. Julia once wanted to be a singer, a model. She always wanted to be popular. What's happening now is she got 1 million followers. We're afraid Julia will carry the inevitable. The internet won't forget, and it's obvious that Julia isn't Maddie.
Think she is.
So from what they're saying, she wants to be famous, and she's basically claiming to be someone she's not.
Why?
That is fucked. Like,
Why can you not just get not a personality test, a DNA
I
test?
know, but
Surely it's that easy.
But like, that's irrelevant because it's like, if she's not even her, like she's basically claiming to be someone who's kidnapped to be famous. Like.
Yeah.
And like, can you imagine if they're the parents, like?
Yeah.
And she's got, you know the way everyone always says about the whole fucking, like, she's got this like really unique thing with her eye where
Yeah.
people be, she has the exact same thing.
Oh.
So it's
Like,
like,
what
I
is
wonder-
Madeleine McCann whenever she went missing?
I'm assuming they would have been the same age, like
2.
2000. Well,
3, I think.
Can you remember anything from being that age?
No.
So like, who's to say if she's proved not to be like
she's
she could like?
Yeah. No,
Fluent
I'm not.
saying
I'm
that.
not saying she couldn't be. Like, she could be.
from what I've seen though, like she's basically coming out and saying she can't remember big parts of her childhood. Like there's no photos of her being past like a certain age, and like there's no photos of her mum being pregnant. But basically the parents are saying she's took the photos out of the house and took the birth certificate.
What if her family is proper, you know, like you do be hearing of this stuff. Like, you never heard of the news story where the father locked the daughter like downstairs and like in this basement, and like basically the whole family was convinced she'd been kidnapped, but she was actually kidnapped by her dad. She was in the same house, and like she had babies and all with the dad.
Oh my god!
All down in this bunker basement. Like families be messed up. Like
families be messed up.
It's fucked.
But like it's like, how far will this go? I haven't read anything in terms of like what the actual McCallans have come out and said. Or
well,
anything.
the thing is, you need to go get the first thing you need to go do is get a DNA test. Go get her.
But do you think that's justifiable?
Imagine, is she
like,
wanting to do the DNA test?
It's just.
But if she's claiming to be,
can anyone just claim to be her and get a DNA test? Like, do you know?
But she's got reasonable cause. Like, she's got the eye thing and all. Like, that was.
I know, but like they're
the
saying she's lying. The parents, like.
Yeah, but if they actually did kidnap her, of course they're gonna say she's lying.
I know, but I don't know.
I think you just need to get the DNA test. Put it to bed, like.
Yeah, exactly. The only way, like, and if she's claiming to be and she's so confident, we can get a DNA test in. I'm sure the truth will come out.
Just call her out on it then. Like, call her bluff.
Imagine Jeremy Kyle show, you are not that lady.
It's going to turn into a whole another Netflix documentary.
Oh my word, yes. Yes. It's weird. What's your news story?
Me? Okay.
Man, I went through that phone quick. Like,
there's me on the same fucking news website, News All. I've actually two, but I'll go for this one here. I think it's funnier.
Man came over.
It's a bit more lighthearted than Madeline McCann.
Yeah.
So, English police say they've foiled an extravagant plot to steal Cadbury chocolates. So a local British police department is saying it helped save Easter for fans of the chocolate egg. A man was arrested in England after allegedly stealing a semi-truck that contained 200,000 Cadbury cream eggs last Saturday.
Cream eggs as well.
Police announced
worth it, I think so.
The man whom Associated Press identified as 32-year-old, I'll not name him, just in case he sees it.
Is he gonna come for you? Fucking cream eggs.
He's called Jobby Pool. What a fucking weird name. He was stopped on the highway in Telford in a town in central England shortly after the theft. Pool allegedly used a metal grinder to break through the gate into the truck, according to the AP. The extravagant thief, as they keep referring to it.
Shut up.
Theft took place on Saturday, 11th of February. He done it because, have you seen this whole
Is this the
thing?
competition?
Is this the competition? Is this the white cream egg?
Yeah.
What do you look up there? What do you get if you win it?
I
actually don't know. It's a half one because they do like the white ones now. So it has to be half brown chocolate and half white milk chocolate or white chocolate.
Surely it's a good bit of money for him to go out to that effort.
You win 5,000 if you win one.
Man, that's ridiculous. But then how many of them is there though?
Well, he's bound to get one in there. Like
200 gold cream eggs.
But it's like, how many of them would he have to open? Like, could you imagine him just sitting in his house, like, opening all them? Just like, fuck. And they're not easy to open. That's the whole tin foil and all. It's the proper.
Definitely be eating them, like people will be coming.
They're the most sickening thing ever. Like
where does he just take them to the warehouse and just sit there? Fucking unwrapping everyone.
You can imagine like the plotting that he had to do. Like him and his mates were sitting in the living room, like the truck will come past this exit at 8 o'clock. You will be waiting, ready to smoke the driver out.
The next Fast and the Furious film.
Fake heist.
the guy
viewers called it excellent.
That's what your guy writing that article was like.
5 stars.
How do I get an egg pun in here?
Filth. Disgusting. I'm disgraced.
I seen this article this week where a girl basically, you ever heard of Mumsnet?
Yeah.
There's a forum where mums can go on and just start ranting about stuff. But basically, this woman who remained anonymous for obvious reasons is basically like scunnered with her husband, sick and tired of her husband. Why do you think she's sick and tired of her husband?
Why?
Because he walks around the house all the time and out in the garden and out on the balcony butt naked.
More power to him. Fair play.
If you've got it,
it's his house. It's his house. You know what? He's entitled to do whatever he wants. Fair play to him.
Whip it out. A woman is livid with her husband as he always walks around the house naked, even when he is in the garden. Her husband is very comfortable in his own skin and likes to be in the nude, but she is not such a fan of seeing it all the time and is worried the neighbours may be even able to see when he is in the garden. So basically... Right, so basically she took to Mumsnet and said, my husband is very comfortable in his skin, so So he is always walking around naked, out in the balcony, in the garden, etc. I'm not comfortable with nudity, and personally, I don't think it's fair to my neighbours. I would be annoyed if my neighbour was doing this. Today, I caught him stretching, bent over, and well, you could basically see everything. Not very attractive. He was facing the neighbour's window, who he doesn't think is home. It's really annoying me, as I think it's disrespectful and rude.
Oh my god. I think there's worse things he could be doing, to be honest. I think the out in the garden thing is a bit questionable, but
That's weird, man.
I don't think
As long as he's keeping it between the four walls.
yeah, like it's not the worst thing in the world, really. Like you can see it from her point of view, like, but he could be out cheating on her, like, you know.
Sure,
At least he's walking around the house. You know what he's at.
Yeah, a lot of people sided with the wife though and said like, yeah,
Do you think he's a burly man, or like is he ripped into shit? Like?
It
does, like, because obviously it's gonna be.
I think either way, it should be sick looking at him. Like.
I think it's just weird. I just think it's weird. I couldn't imagine, like, that's one thing I would say, like, we've obviously moved into like a neighbourhood and there's people in front of us and all, and like it's always something. Like, I used to live in the country, no one around us, but
you used to be
I
able to
didn't
walk
know
around
what you were gonna say there.
No,
I thought, like we've been walking around the house naked since we moved in.
No, like there's no one, obviously there wasn't anybody around us or where I used to live, and now I've moved into like a neighbourhood, and like you always because it's just the wee times where you think you're gonna get caught out. Like, you know, you go to the shower, you have a shower, and then you get out and you're like, oh, my boxers are in the other room, and then you have to like run past the window, and you're just like, you know,
jumping a towel to the shower.
You see our flat, like when you walk into the kitchen, the window to the left, like, like right up the street.
Do you be walking into the kitchen but like
sometimes like, it's risky though, like, you're like, it's one day someone's just you're gonna get the police pulling in, like, just like, oh no. But I think I can see why she's annoyed, but at the same time I think it could be worse. Like, come on.
So set a wee challenge off the basis of that article. So the main topic this week is going to be relationships. So we'll kickstart it off. I have set a challenge to the three beloved women in our lives.
Oh my god.
I messaged into the group chat the other night and I basically said, you know, read this article, wife's sick of the husband walking around naked. What are the three things that annoy you about us?
Yeah.
So I think Lucinda sent my three things that annoy her about me to Tommy.
Yeah.
Aoife sent the three things that annoy her about you to me.
Yeah.
And then Brona sent the three things that annoy her about Tommy to you. Yeah. So we'll start with me. Not me as in, we'll start with
like
Aoife. No, we'll start with Aoife.
Okay. Miscommunication.
So do I have to guess them?
So
Like, get him to guess first.
So Aoife has sent me three things that annoy her about you. Yeah. What do you think them three things are?
There's so fucking many. I could literally name 30.
Do you want to know what's funny about that? She sent me the three last night. Aoife messaged me and was like, I forgot to send you these. And I was like, right. And then she sent me the three and she was like, the list goes on, Ross. And I was like,
it's hard to narrow it down to just three. Like, I think one of them is picking my nose when I'm driving.
Oh my god, that's literally the first one.
I just knew it was gonna be that. Well, she says apparently I don't. It's not the picking of the nose that annoys her. It's whenever you roll it. Flick it. It's a bit that pisses her off.
It's like you pick your nose and like, what are you gonna do though?
Like,
you're gonna make it into a fucking ball.
I'm always like at least I'm not fucking eating it. Like, you know, it could be worse. Like,
I'm actually about to be sick of my wife.
That's
it could be worse. Why? What's wrong with that?
Because I once left a fella home from work one time, and I worked in Carphone Warehouse, and literally on the way home caught him picking his nose, and he rolled it and flicked it onto my carpet.
Has to go somewhere.
That's dirty, man. And then I'm driving around thinking there's a flipping foreign booger on my. Don't mind if it's mine. Literally, that was the first one she sent me, was picking his nose when driving.
Guess, what's the second one?
I can't not get into the car and not do it. Like.
Okay, what's the second one?
Is it farting?
Nope.
No. Snoring?
Nope.
Fuck. Forgetting things?
Nope.
Being late?
Nope.
Unorganised?
Nope. No, this is my list.
What's the second one?
The second one is you always have her on loudspeaker when you're on the phone to her.
Fuck her. Yeah. It's because my speaker doesn't work on my phone.
Yeah.
And if I talk into it, like I have to hold it like right into my ear so I can't hear. So it's just handier to put it on loudspeaker. But she knows that it's on loudspeaker, so she always goes mad.
Fair play. Can you guess the third one?
Third one. Ooh, give me a clue. I'll try and guess it.
So you mentioned that a couple of times ago, or a couple of guesses ago, you said you forget things or something, or you don't listen to her or something. You said like you forget things. It's kind of the opposite of that.
Oh, we never forget things.
No, it's kind of like no. I said it's kind of the opposite of that.
Photographic memory just forgets nothing.
Let me know if you want to like forfeit.
I think we need to put a bit of a time limit on this.
Right, no, because forfeit. Go.
So the third one is he knows everything.
Oh, I did not guess that.
So she sent me this. She goes, 1, picking his nose when driving. 2, always has me on loudspeaker when on the phone to him. And then 3, he knows everything. And then 2 minutes later, she sent me an elaboration on that and goes, you tell him something and he tells you 100 facts about it and that you already knew. And I'm like, I've turned into a therapist here. I said, I just sent a laughy face, and then she goes, there is more, but we'll leave it at that. Haha.
100%. I didn't get there.
100% think he will know each of these. And then I go, I then turned into a rant. I was ranting to her about you because I goes, I just love how Shay's aware of all these things, but he chooses to just work away.
You said this.
Yeah.
Ross going slag.
Me and Aoife were just slagging you. Right, your turn, Shay, about Tommy.
Okay. Right, I'll let you guess them. Do you want to guess them?
I think I could name one definitely, but I don't really know the rest though.
Right, go for it.
One is definitely leaving beard hairs around the cycle.
Yeah. Leaves beard hairs in sink and toothbrush slobbered everywhere. He just spit your fucking toothpaste on the floor.
No,
I think that's something that even annoyed us at one point.
Yeah.
It's the like, she's always like, you need to dry your toothbrush. I never do that.
Dry your toothbrush?
What do you mean dry your toothbrush?
Like, I would just brush my teeth and just leave it sitting.
What do you mean
on the
leave
floor?
it sitting?
Just
no, on the sink, but like, it's like, she's like, you need to clean it.
Yeah.
Do you not like wash it off and then
I just rinse it and put it beside the sink.
Alright, okay. I don't think that's
She's
bad.
awful picky, isn't she?
Bitch.
Oh, no.
Is
that one?
That was one.
That was like one whole one.
Yeah, just one.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Aye.
Even heady, boy.
You're not as perfect as you think.
I knew that would be one. I can't even think of like what else.
The other two I 100% get.
Yeah.
They're both the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah, fair enough. Because there's not too much.
And
you must be perfect enough.
You'll never change.
I'm a counselor. I'm trying to think.
This'll never change.
I can't even think.
Never.
What's the?
Do you want a wee clue?
Do you want a clue?
Yeah, give me a clue. I can't think honestly.
I think it's more the intro than anything.
Yeah. What's the one thing I don't think you can live without?
The one thing I don't.
You walk in and it's like a natural thing. You always just straight on.
Is it always on the computer or something? Always on the PlayStation?
No.
Well, always on my phone?
No.
It can be on your phone.
Do you want to?
But usually, sometimes we all watch it.
Always on TikTok?
No.
I don't know.
On the TV?
What? Always have the TV on before I go to bed?
No.
Well,
oh, it's what you have on the TV.
It's the show. How did I not get that? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh, so funny.
watching the United stand.
We were watching the United game the all night and she was proper like trying to get into it and all, and I was like, fuck, next thing you'll be watching Goldbridge with me, and she was like, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, hello and welcome everybody. And then the third one, sort of similar, down that line.
Always has to watch the football.
Always has to watch the football. Could never dare make other plans when there's a Man United game on.
I can't believe that.
I find that funny because to be fair, I understand. Like even Lucinda said that the other night because I said, "Oh, we have to do this," and then she was like, "Bronus is definitely going to beat like Thomas about like a Man United game because like remember the last time you were over at our house." And we were sitting having dinner, and the United game was on at 6, and Tommy it was like 5:15, and Tommy was like, just see him like a drug addict, just like,
right, yeah.
and then Bruno was like, sure, we'll just head down the road, and I might miss start of the first half. So we ended up having to find a pub in Ballymena that was showing it. I had to. Do you want to know what the most ironic thing about this was? I'll elaborate on this story. I goes, oh lad, like the castle in Galgorm will have it on like no bother, and he was like, right, ring them there. And I was like, no, it's you that wants to watch it. He was like, no, you ring them there, you're from here. So I had to ring the pub and be like, hi, do you have the United game on? They were like, yeah. And then I came in and I was like, yeah, they do. And he was like, did you even ring them? So you didn't believe me.
We were on about going to the cinema like to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp on Sunday, but United were playing. And she was like, oh, what time do you want to go at? And I was like, don't know, maybe at like 8 or so. And she was like, why so late? And she was like, is United playing? And I was like, yeah, they're playing the
Priorities.
Gotta watch the game, bro.
Very good. I love it. Right, my turn.
Oh fuck yeah! I thought we'd done you for some reason. What are you thinking here?
I definitely think one of them will be that Lucinda will have a conversation with me and I'll just not be listening. So like I'll tune out.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, I did, because she runs.
It's just got here not responding to what I say if it's not a question, and then I think he hasn't heard me.
Yeah. Yeah. We had this argument this morning before I left the house, because while I was
she's giving you hints.
Aaron just standing in the kitchen like, this is fucking awkward.
While I was leaving, she was like trying to take the bath panel off, and I was like, what the heck are you doing? And she was like, I'm gonna take this off and paint it. And I was like, why are you painting it today? Like I'm not going to be about. And she was like, I can do things without you. And I was like, yeah, that's fair enough.
I completely back her on that.
And then I was like, like sure, I'll be home at 4. I'll do it. And she was like, no. She was like, Ross, I told you I was going to do this.
Supervisor, like,
and I was
you're a control freak. Like, honestly,
I'm the site manager.
If I said that to Brona, I should slap me. You know? What do you mean?
I goes, you never told me. She was like, Ross, I have told you every night this week I was going to paint the bath panel on Saturday. And I was like, oh right. She was like, you just don't ever listen to me. And I was like, right. She was like, if it's not a question, Ross, you don't respond. And I was like, and on that note, I was like, enjoy painting the bath panel, I'm going to leave. So
I can't believe you said that, but I'm not going to be here.
You're gonna hold the paintbrush.
I don't even know what the rest would be. I know that's something that really annoys her.
There's one here I think really sums you up in general, honestly.
What? Probably trying to plan things for her.
No.
Oh right, okay. Because like I would definitely try and do that. Like if she says I'm going to go do this, I'll be like, you should go do this first.
One of them is just the classic sort of boyfriend thing. Such a like generic one.
What?
Not closing the toilet.
Not closing.
She not do that?
Fair. She cracks up. Like, I don't understand it. Because like
I do.
I'll go to the toilet, right?
Disgrace.
And then I'll get up and just flush the toilet and go over and wash my hands. And then like she'll be walking in, she'll be like, did you leave that toilet seat up while you were flushing? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, why'd you do that? She gets so irate. And I'm like, chill. Like I'm like it's not like
Daddy, chill.
She's like, the poo particles are going all around the toilet.
Oh my god.
It's like,
have you actually ever seen the video of it?
No,
it's
man.
fucking disgusting.
Is it?
I'll go like a meter in the air. Like after you flush it, it's fucking disgusting. It would make you fucking close it. Like,
no wonder. See, again, he knows everything. Aoife, if you're listening to this, I agree.
He is the dog.
Like, yeah, I don't understand that one, but fair. And then there was the other day, I heard her coming. I'd flushed the toilet. I'm not joking. I heard her coming. So I flushed the toilet and I walked out, and then I heard her coming up the stairs, and I was like, so I was working upstairs in the office. She was working downstairs. We don't have the desks in yet. And I flushed the toilet and I heard her coming up the stairs, and immediately I knew she's coming up here to check this toilet. So I darted in and closed the lid. I walked back out again, and she was like, did you have that lid shut when you were flushing it? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, no, you didn't. And I was like, yeah, I did. Prove it. Crisis averted.
Starting stalling cameras around the toilet.
I have no idea what the third one would be. Do you say it sums me up?
Yeah, I think it's like so relatable.
To me?
You can be like this with things, with podcast things as well.
I get annoyed at small things. Or like...
No.
I don't know.
I feel like I could probably guess it.
Is it Mr. Organised?
No.
Wasn't it?
Sorta.
What do you mean Mr. Organised? You act like you call me this behind my back. Mr. Organised.
You know you're fucking Mr. Organised.
Do you want to say what it is?
Probably like OCD or something. I don't know. What?
Asking me what I want to watch and saying no until I choose what he had already planned. That is you. That is you all over it. Ross will do this. Ross will do this with the podcast. He'll be like, so like, what do you want to talk about? And me and Shay will be like, this here, and then Ross will be like, I was thinking we could talk about this. What do you think? And me and Shay will be like, don't know, go on. And then Ross will be like, yeah, we're gonna talk about this. You're like,
I'm just thinking about how this podcast was.
Yeah. Shay was like, I can't remember what it was, but Shay was like, so like, why don't we just, are we not doing like a relationship podcast in like a couple of weeks? And Ross was just like, no. We're literally having a relationship expert on in a couple of weeks. And Shay was like, it's not sort of similar. And I was just like, no,
it's different. Like, it's
not. And me and Shay was just sitting there like,
but I'm not easy going. I'm just like, it's fine.
It's so funny.
Bro.
Never actually really noticed, but now
stop
you've
playing
said it.
fingers like this. Isn't a blame game.
It's so funny.
We'll be coming next week to organise, and Ross will be like,
because
do whatever you want, and I don't care.
If I feel like, and maybe I go need to go see someone about it. I feel like if I don't just do it, it's never going to be done.
It just hit me right in the feels when I read that.
Because it's
like you're like a spoiled child sometimes, where it's just like you say no until you get what you want. And it's like driving past McDonald's and you're screaming on the back of your car, stop!
Well, I'm telling you, get stuff done, doesn't it?
That's a good one.
GG.
What's next?
My feelings are hurt, and I'm never going to record with you guys again. I'm going to go to another podcast.
That's so funny.
Never planning another fucking podcast in life.
Head up the oval,
Do whatever you want.
So, I think off the back of that, you were coming up with a list of the things that women normally dislike about their partners.
Yes, I was. I was lost a bit there.
Yeah.
I didn't have everything in order.
Yeah.
So I didn't say, don't worry, panic over it.
Funny.
So the first one, round these off nice and quick. Just tell me what you think. Saying I told you so. So if you tell your partner, I told you so.
I know that's an immediate, I'm going to get beat.
Yeah.
So no.
I get that.
I never say I told you so.
Get beat.
It's
Get beat with the toilet seat.
Oh, right, snoring as well. Do you snore?
Nope.
You
I
fucking
snore,
snore.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
God.
God.
Get the out boot in the middle of the night now.
It's
Apparently
obviously
I've
worse
started.
when I'm drunk though. Like,
It
Yeah.
is so bad, man. It is horrendous.
I know.
I do a wee
That
bit.
night at Sam Fender, horrendous.
That's when I was drinking. It's when you're drinking. It's worse anyway though.
I get it whenever, I don't know, like, because I'm not awake. I think I don't snore. But if I guess if I sleep my back,
Yeah, I'm the same. If I'm sleeping on my back or
if I'm
like,
on my side, I'm alright.
yeah.
So
Do you remember the night whenever over at your old apartment and me and Shay were on the floor and you were lying on the sofa? Me and Shay were up for like half an hour flipping pissing ourselves at you. You know? You were just like, and then Shay went. We were pissing ourselves. It was horrendous. Like, actually, man, it is horrendous. Like,
there's
it
no
is
way
horrendous.
like, you should
And it's
such a
actually
deep sleep.
it's actually scary. Like that time at Sam Fender, whenever me and you were staying in that twin room, you were like a foot away from me, and I genuinely felt myself vibrating. And then I woke up at like 3, and he had the TV on, and it was so bright in the room. And I like walked over to try and lift the remote because he calls me a control freak, but he like had the remote, had to pick what Tommy wanted to watch. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like calls me a spoiled child, but then he has the remote literally like he's sleeping like this with his hand on the remote. So I like shift over, and as I'm picking up the remote, he goes. I was like,
get away
I
from my
said, you know
road.
what? I value my life. I'm just gonna let it. No
fuck.
chance.
Oh fuck. Next one, being late. I think that might apply to me.
Fucking head when girls are late. Like,
No, this is if you're late. You're not.
See,
late,
it's
are you?
always the other way around.
I am not really late. I'm just always on
You're
the
never,
button.
you're
Like,
never on time. Like,
on the button, or else a wee bit late. Like, I'm never really late. Like, I'm never early.
yeah.
Because like, why would I? Like? But
No, the one thing I would say about you is if you know it's
I
really
was here before yous.
no, but like that's. I'm gonna pay you a compliment
Oh,
here.
thanks.
If you know it's like really important,
Totally
you'll be there
better.
on time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the last time we were hosting that party for you, whenever you and Bruno or something got engaged, and we were coming over it.
You and Broner or someone.
You and Bruno got engaged, and we were coming over. I said to Aoife and Shay, come over like half an hour beforehand. We'll set up. He was there like 5 minutes early.
Nice.
But you know, it's whenever someone goes, oh, sure, call up to mine, and we'll be there at like 6. Like, say you said us, call up around 6. Like, I've heard round, so I'm there at 7. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Fair enough.
Around
no, like
either side of it.
yeah,
No sweat.
Probably the latter. Like,
You need to just be like Chevy here at 6.
yeah, fair. If you tell me that'll come now. Neglecting hygiene.
No,
Mm.
definitely not.
I'm so clean. Squeaky clean. Leaving the toilet seat up or leaving skid marks.
I don't leave skid marks,
Do
but
you
I
not?
do
I
leave
do
the toilet.
leave bad skid marks.
Do you? I hate that.
If it's
If
one
you know,
that's brewing,
if you know no one's gonna be at the house, like you know.
What, it's not like it's never going to be seen. Like it's
I
a
know,
permanent
but,
thing.
like,
but they might like you can.
Sometimes
whenever
you think
go
it's
for a
gonna
piss
wash
later,
off,
Like,
like. Never know.
whenever you
Wow.
go for a piss on it later, you can piss it off. Like,
but then you leave it too long, and it's like,
Fair enough.
Bad call.
don't know. Being on the phone when you're together with each other, and that's me.
I feel like everyone does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the thing. You sort of whenever you get so comfortable with someone, you're just like.
There's only so much you can talk
you
about.
just pick
man.
exactly that too, like.
When you've been together.
Plus,
so
I
long.
think,
Pick it up as well, like.
I think the reason why I quite like doing this before we got the relationship coach on is because I'm hoping that we can ask her a few questions on this.
more about ourselves
But,
and
like,
our relationships.
I would actually love to ask her, like, is it good that like couples can be like comfortable in their own silence?
Yeah, I think
Mm.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like me and Lucinda can be comfortable in our own silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Like, if
But
you're
like-
out on a first date with someone and you're picking up your phone, like, that's awkward.
Yeah,
like.
that's bad.
But how can you be in like a long-term relationship and not be comfortable in silence?
hate
Like, you
that.
can't
I
be
would-
talking all the
I
time.
would hate
man.
that, because there'd be times you come home from work, you've been on your feet all day, stressed out, you just want to come home, you don't really want to talk.
Yeah.
And like, I love the fact that you can do that, and like, she's not coming out and being like, why are you not talking to me?
Come,
You know what I
come
mean?
sit down.
No,
Like, I
just
think you
stand
kind of
there.
know, I think it knows that you know your partner,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
but maybe I'll ask her this question.
Yeah.
I feel you. Is it me now?
It's a couple of red flags.
I've actually got some good ones here. Fucking got like a hair on me.
Obviously, Shay talked about long-term relationships, but like, if you're in
Right,
getting
so
into a
here's
relationship,
a couple of red flag stories. This is a bit of a long one, but
oh
it's
dear.
good. Someone I met through social media who I had a ton of friends in common but had never met in person asked me out. We decided to meet at Barnes and Noble so we could get coffee and pick out books. I think that's like an American sort of cafe book place.
Right.
So he was crazy attractive and smart and he seemed really into me. I was super excited.
Yeah.
So we get there and within the first 3 minutes he asked to kiss me. I agreed and it was wow. Instant
Ooh.
fireworks, all the tingly feelings.
Oh.
We keep talking and things are going great, but then he proceeds to keep getting continuously more handsy, grabbing my ass, brushing the side of my boobs with his arm. When his arm was around me, pulling me by the hips into him, and all those things are great once you're a little comfortable with someone, but not at the beginning of a first date.
What?
He kept only wanting to make out and wasn't accepting my brush-offs. So 10 to 20 minutes in, I was starting to feel a little icky and kept saying things like, let's just keep getting to know each other. He said something like, I want to get to know you in the bathroom. And honestly, that can be taken so many ways, but none of them are good.
Aaron's face. Aaron's like, you're on.
A pickup line involving the word bathroom makes me want to vomit. Eventually, I said I had to get going to work.
I want to find out if you keep the toilet seat up.
Do you leave skid marks? Would you leave skid marks on me?
Eventually, I said I had to get going to work. He tried to convince me to quit my job and stay with him for the day. Told me we could go back to his place. When he said something along the line of, once we get married, you won't need to work anymore. I was out. Nope. No thank you. Told him it wasn't going to work. He got hella angry at me for wasting his time and bolted. By the time I got to my car, he had already deleted me from all social media.
Jesus Christ.
I'm still not sure if he was angry that I didn't want to screw him in the Barnes and Noble bathroom, didn't want to marry him, or if it was because I had a job. Maybe all three, but just because he was a moron.
This sounds like the plot to you.
It's pretty fucked, like.
Yeah, that is fucked.
Could you
like.
imagine that? Like?
He moves fast, hey.
He
Man
moves
doesn't fuck about
fast.
it.
Could you imagine meeting a girl for the first time at like a cafe and being like, can I kiss you?
Do you know what that's
Straight in, like.
Do you know what that
The
sounds like?
confidence on the
That
man.
is
like.
fast.
Sounds like someone who has absolutely no idea, like, basic human interaction.
Yeah.
Like, he thinks he's saying all the things that he thinks a woman wants to hear. Like, oh, you know, whenever me and you get married, A, oh, I'm showing commitment. B, you'll never have to work. That's
But
It's fake. Like,
she said he was a good looking guy as well, so maybe he was just used to getting the asses all the time, and she's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's going on here?
weird.
But it does sound like someone who's just lived like
But what does that?
on social media.
It
And
sounds like a teenager who
taken-
just watches porn,
Yeah.
and he's like on wanting to date and thought, you know what, we're gonna
This
get
is how you
fucked
do
in
it,
the
like.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I want to get
No
to.
messing.
Oh, did he mean in the bathroom of the place they were in?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he just meant bathroom in
No,
general.
he was like
I thought that's a weird one.
in a fucking cafe. Like,
Oh.
imagine someone walking out of Cafe Nero Cafe all fucking messed up because
they're
they're just
always
riding.
stinking too. Like, in there.
Ugh.
And you'd need a disabled bathroom as well, bit of room. Like.
Swinging the cat.
Plenty of room for activities.
Right, so I've got another one. Argued with me about my order at the steakhouse. I wanted my steak medium rare, and he said it should be well done because looking at rare or raw meat makes him sick. I can't fucking speak. He tried to change my order with the waitress when I was in the bathroom. She checked with me before making the change because she heard us arguing. I took my medium rare steak to go.
Nice.
That was
Love it.
I read through a good few ones, like, and there was a few ones where it was like the guy ordering for the girl,
That's
or like the guy like not letting the girl order something or eat too much and stuff, and you're like, what the fuck, like.
Like he's obviously not there to try and impress her if he's doing that. Like what girl isn't gonna get up and fucking leave?
That's so spoiled to me. Like, could you
Yeah.
imagine? I don't like looking at raw meat, so you're not having that. You just
why?
on a first date, like. Jesus Christ!
That's
I don't
weird.
know,
Was he
but
vegetarian or did he just not like
He
looking at it?
just didn't like raw steak. Like it was a steakhouse, like, so I'm dirty he's vegetarian.
Why the fuck did he go to steakhouse then?
He just like didn't want her to order like a rare steak.
Oh my god. What a spicy bratler.
Right, we've got another one, guys. Let's go. I was 24-year-old. He came to the door to pick me up, and he was carrying something. It wasn't flowers. It was a brat stall, an actual brat stall in the box, brand new. Like, he actually went to the store and made a conscious decision to buy it for 24-year-old me. He was 32. I thought you liked this, he said. Dead serious. He didn't want me to. She goes, did he want me to act younger? I don't know, but he creeped me out. Whole date was weird. The day after, he kept calling.
took her to a play park.
She actually didn't say what about hopping on the date. But part two, the day after, he kept calling while I was at the grocery store, and I don't like to talk on the phone while I'm shopping. I called him back. He asked why I was ignoring his calls, and I told him the truth, that I had been shopping and I preferred to be able to interact with the people I needed to speak to, deli people, etc., without being on the phone. He got upset and was mad/sad about how it wasn't fair that the grocery store workers got that much of my time and attention, but he didn't. That was the end of that.
Mommy.
Needy.
Here, if you did
There was a couple of ones I got, like needy ones. Like I heard one, I read one. It was like this girl was like matched this guy on Tinder that she like went to high school with or whatever, and they hadn't spoke to him in like 5 years, and they were texting. And he texted her while she was getting into the shower, so she didn't reply for like 7 minutes, and he went absolutely ham on her like, on the messages. Like, and
if that was the basis of a relationship, I think me and her would have split up a long time ago. Like, we could go like 7 hours without messaging each other. You know? Like our messages will consist of good morning,
yeah,
good night,
I hate texting.
and then you on your way home, pick up some milk. Okay.
I've got one more one.
Here, but hold on. If the shoe was on the other foot, not that one, and she was coming to pick him up, and she brought like, say,
An action
Death
man.
Star, Lego Star Wars. You'd be like, fucking marry me now.
It would be buzzing like
I was just on my way to pick you up.
a brat.
G.I. Joe.
It's like it could have been funny though, like if he was
Yeah.
joking, like, you know,
Yeah.
but he's just
Yeah.
dead serious.
It's
Like.
weird. Like.
He's like, let's go play in your dollhouse. Like, what the fuck? So I've got one
Yum.
extra on here. One date in particular comes to mind. This guy I knew through a mutual friend kept asking me if he could take me for dinner. I always politely turned him down because I'd just come out of a relationship and wasn't looking to jump into another. But my friend convinced me that I should try and get back out there and enjoy myself. The next time we ran into him, he asked me if he could take me out again, so I relented and agreed. The date went fine for the most part, a few awkward moments here and there, but nothing that made me want to call it a night. Then when we get to the bill, he paid on his card and told me, don't worry, I've got you covered. You can pay me back for your half when we get back to my place. And made a winking gesture at me. Needless to say, there was no second date, and he made the journey back to his place alone.
He was shut down there
Fuck
and then.
off, hey, that is risky behaviour, that, like.
He thought he was being a chancy bite
There
there.
are
like.
people below that, the women below that were going mental. They're like, classic man looking something in return for...
He probably thought he was being smooth as fuck
Yeah,
there. Like.
that's
Yeah.
mad,
He's like,
somebody. He's
I
like,
fucking-
you think,
yeah.
like, fuck, man.
This is
But
gonna
he
smash. Like.
definitely, I guarantee you, if you met that man in real life, he definitely thinks he's an absolute god.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, and he's just
Yeah.
not. Like.
He's not me though.
No.
He's like those guys you see on TikTok or like fucking, what do you call it?
Hey.
Like HS Techie
Oh,
and shit.
fucking yeah. He was one of them.
Like one of those guys, he's like, I've got game, like.
Got game, bruv.
Lost him telling his mates, I paid for dinner, and I was like, you can pay me back when I get back to my place. Then they're like, what happened? Yeah, she made me drop her home.
We left her home.
So I researched this week a couple of breakup stories. So obviously
Right.
we've heard the red flags before you get into a relationship, but obviously when the relationship gets going, how does it end? So a couple of these are weird. We met in college and we're together for 3 months before I went home during summer break. After about 3 weeks into my break, I noticed that he was acting weird during our Skype sessions, and I asked him if everything was all right between us. Instead of giving me a straight answer, he had us do joint journal entries for an entire week to explore our feelings and come to truth about what we would both be pleased with.
What the fuck? This is
After
definitely-
going along with this, writing and sharing about what we thought our relationship was, he asked us to talk about what we thought about the other person. I then proceeded. He sent me a PDF that started by complimenting me, sort of, and by telling me that he couldn't bring himself to feel anything for me,
Oh my
and that
God.
I wasn't the girl for him. I was broken up with via a PDF file.
Jesus Christ, man. That's definitely American.
It's this other one that's like, he broke up with me on my birthday just before I was leaving for uni. He took me out to lunch and broke up with me before we'd even started eating. The worst part, he still bought me a birthday present. When I opened it, it was a cushion, and when I squeezed it, it sang, "Always look on the bright side of life."
Oh my God. Alexa, play Mr. Brightside. Oh my God. That's a good one. Like, it's like, if you were going out for dinner with someone to break up with them, like, when do you break up with them? Like, do you wait to the end of the meal?
Why do you
Just
take them
before
out to
you get
dinner?
to the
Because
Oh,
like
but
that's the
what
worst.
I mean,
That's the
man.
worst thing you could do, because you're going out with
You're
someone, you're
prolonging
having a
it.
meal, and you're honestly like you're making a bond with them, and then you're like, oh, here, do you know this wonderful evening I've just given you? Scrap that, because there'll be no more.
That situation would pure stress me out. Like.
So
Like, how do you do that?
that would be a good one to ask the relationship coach. You see,
Yeah.
there was a purpose to this podcast.
How do I break up with my girlfriend?
So yes, there's another one here. Oversharing a bed. I was casually seeing my ex again to determine whether or not we would officially get back together. Anywho, given his lax approach, we decided to make our first official reappearance together at a house party hosted by a mutual friend we'd recently met. She was a bit kooky, but whatever. She was dating her father's friend, who had a great sound system and a fully stocked liquor cabinet, which is all any broke college student could ask for. As the night progressed, it became apparent that we shouldn't drive, and our friend that said she and her boyfriend would take the couch and we could take her bed. Fast forward about 3 to 4 hours, I wake up, the bed shaking, look to my left and see said friend in full lingerie going at it with my boyfriend.
Oh my God.
Right next to me. I pushed them both to the floor and thankfully realised that my other friend that came was passed out in the bathroom and could drive me home.
In the same bed, like.
Brutal.
Yeah. Fuck.
Could you imagine, hey? Waking up to that?
Way to go out.
You'd be jumping out. You'd be jumping out the window. Like.
So-
That is the worst thing I've ever
I
heard.
know,
Like.
it's rough. Like.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
rough. So here's another one, right?
I can't get
So
over
there's
that,
two
like.
stories here, but basically getting their mum to do their dirty work.
Oh
No.
I was 15 and he was 17,
Oh, well,
and
this
his,
is sort of understandable.
and his mum had just taken us for lunch. We were going back to his place to watch TV. He made some off-color comment, and his mum asked if he had condoms. I laughed and said, "We don't need those." She stopped the car and looked at me, and I was like, well, we're still kids. It's not like we're going to be doing that. She called my mum that night and said I wasn't mature enough for the relationship. He asked me the next day in school if my mum informed me we were officially broken up. Now, wait till you hear this one. I was in a relationship for over a year when my mum called me to tell me she was picking me up tomorrow. I said I was getting a lift with my boyfriend, and she said, there is no boyfriend, I'm afraid. Turns out he told his mum he didn't want to be in a relationship with me. She then called my mum, who called me. Never heard from him again.
No way.
He was 20.
Did he intend for that to be happening though?
So he
like, was he just like, I don't really want to be with her anymore, and his mom's like, I got you, bro?
There's two sides to that story. He's either an absolute wuss and got his ma to do the dirty work, or his ma's one of them stereotypical psychopath mums that like love their son and like hate the girlfriend, and he's clearly been like, maybe they've had a fight, something along like that there. He's like, I don't even know if I want to be in a relationship anymore, just some off the cuff comment, and she's just like,
fire,
pass me the Nokia, ring up Diane, your daughter is no good for my son.
Oh my god,
that's madness. Like,
that is wild. Like,
that's pathetic.
That's
some
mad.
parents are too involved in their children's lives.
It's mad. But anyway, that's it for the relationship segment. You got a wee topic for us, big man?
I did. I had a problem with that.
To finish off the podcast, Shay's secret topic.
I had that one that I sent in to you. I didn't realise until this morning you had to pay for the article.
What one?
The one about the traffic warden figures.
Oh yeah.
Thing.
I didn't read it.
Did you know what the top 3 were?
No. I won't even fucking tell you.
Well, thanks for listening. That's this week's podcast. We're up done.
That's that done. If you have, I'd love to. Basically, we're getting a relationship coach on in the next couple of weeks. She should be coming on the next week or two after you're hearing this. So if you do have any questions you want to ask the relationship coach, send them through to us. I might stick up like an anonymous thing where you can respond anonymously, but I'll let you know on Instagram. But if you do have any questions, please let us know. If you have any mad breakup stories, any red flag stories, please,
if you're just looking a bit of advice,
exactly, please let us know.
Are you going to give people advice?
No, well,
the relationship coach is going to give people advice. That's why I
Good.
kind of wanted to do this podcast, because I thought, it would work well.
I didn't really have any other option, did we?
No, exactly.
That's why. See how he said. That's why we wanted to do this podcast.
Ross had this plan like weeks ago.
Synergy, love it. But yes, here, thanks very much for listening.
Yeah, like, follow, subscribe.
Good.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.